Below llyn y fan fawr, in the mynyddoedd ddu, the Black Mountains, the river tower first emerges from beneath the earth. And cascades over slabs of old redstone into Glyn Tower. It starts to grow, joined by the Afon Hafes and the water emerging from the deep Dan Rogov caves. Its journey continues through Ystrad Gynllais, Pontardawe and Clydach, before it finally meets the sea. Abertawe. Swansea. With your back to the sea, your eyes are met by a wall of hills hiding in mystery the lands beyond. You turn around, and the hills are now an amphitheatre to the drama of the sea. The drama of the boats, of the fishermen, and of the merchants from near and far. On a clear day, you'd believe a strong man could skim a stone across the Bristol Channel to Somerset and to Devon, their cliffs hollowing across the water. To get there by land, it'd take weeks. By boat, you'll be there before tea.
When I heard a voice a bawling at the door. Anyone in? They offered me an answer to your names. Paddy lay back, taking your slack, turn around the capstan, heave a bowl. The bound ship to Swansea might be handy, forward bound for Valpa, rise around the hole. So there was I once more again at sea, boys. Sea boys, the same old ruddy business there again. Oh, stamp the capstan round and make some noise, boys. And sing again this dear old sweet refrain. Oh, Paddy lay back, taking your slack, turn around the capstan, heave a pole. A bound ship to Swansea might be handy, forward bound for Valpa, rise around the hole. Oh, Paddy lay back, taking your slack, turn around the capstan, heave a pole. A bound ship to Swansea might be handy, forward bound for Valpa, rise around the hole.
We've traded with them for generations. They need our lime. We love their tin. Our cousins in Cernyw, Cornwall, they were doing all right with their copper ore, but what they were doing there was child's play. These hills behind Swansea, they're full of coal. The alchemists discovered how to make copper from ore, but the industrialists discovered how to turn copper into riches. Abertawe, Swansea, Copperopolis. The race between the smelters, the shipbuilders and the shipmasters was on. The more copper was produced, the more the ships came. They came from everywhere, laden with the wonders and delights never before seen in these parts. Like brandy. But why would you want to bring brandy in through the docks in Swansea? The customs men will charge you an arm and a leg. Now, just a few miles to the west is Gower, the Gower Peninsula. There are plenty of places to bring in a boat, secluded spots, hard to get to in a hurry by land. And there's only a couple of customs officers for the whole of Gower. They don't stand a chance. And we don't have to worry about the locals telling tales. Who do you think lends horses and strong backs when a shipment comes in? A real community venture, it is. And should those revenue men be sniffing around a bit too close, why, a quick tip-off from a local innkeeper can send them off to Rossilly on a night when we're bringing a shipment into Port Einan. On the road into Pennard, you'll find Great Highway Farm, the home of William Arthur. But this isn't your average Gower farm. No. Arthur's proud to be described as the most daring smuggler in Glamorgan. Those revenue men know all about him, but they just can't catch him. Some say he's got secret cellars in that farm. Others say once his shipments come in, the barrels disappear into other houses and farms. You see, who on Gower doesn't want to help out with a bit of free trading? And once, when 12 customs men turned up at Great Highway with a search warrant, they were met with 100 men who made it clear they wouldn't be coming in. There's a story going round that makes us all chuckle. They say that the other day, a couple of customs officers turned up at one of the farms. Expecting the usual bad luck, they were amazed to discover a half anchor of brandy hidden up in the attic. Now, not wanting to be outnumbered and sent on their way again, now that they finally had their prize, one of the officers sent off for Swansea to bring in the reinforcements. The others stayed to guard the barrel. They weren't letting the smugglers get away with it this time. Well, us Gower folk are nothing if not resourceful. Word went around that a few folk were needed in the room below to make a big old row. They say even a local fiddle player turned up to add to the hullabaloo. That customs man must have been wondering what is going on, but he wasn't moving an inch from that brandy. With a party like that going on below, it's not a surprise that he couldn't hear the sound of a hole being bored through the attic floor and through the base of the barrel. So when the reinforcements finally arrived, all they found was an empty barrel and a very confused looking customs officer. The stars took their place above the rugged cliffs, and the smugglers melted into the night, their secrets woven into the very rhythm of the tides.
anchor scarper. You think that you got me, it just got harder. Come in the night, emerge from the dark, leave lanterns low, our senses sharp, and arrive on the trade stream across the Atlantic. Stack coins so fast, can't bank it. 10 barrels a day, can't count it. Product unloaded, authorities frantic. Trust me, I seen down a musket. Seen a man get shook when I rushed him. Hear them cuss when they come back to bust us. I'm nearly 700 leagues from their justice. Tucked up, that we're causing a rumpus. Rough men, no need for the comfort. They got 10 men and we've got 100. They tuck tail, bap bap, got them, run them. Send them down with the crabs. Lose them down in the depths. They're gonna ship that rum. Gonna fill that chest. They never better, we got the energy. Sting like an enemy, snuffing the enemy. Dodging the deputy, man of the century. Dynasty, destiny, this is my legacy. Brace, brace. Gripped out, hold fast down the line and wipe that grin off your face. Brace, brace. Batten down the hatches, look sharp, get back into your place. Brace, brace. Gripped out, hold fast down the line and wipe that grin off your face. Brace, brace. Batten down the hatches, look sharp, get back into your place. Down the line and wipe that grin off your face. Brace. Batten down the hatches, look sharp, get back into your place.